What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jatois, and today we're just going to go through creating a Minecraft Forge server for 1.7.10. And let's just go ahead and jump on into it. Now, what you first need to do is go to files.minecraftforge.net. What this is going to let you do is let you select your version of Minecraft that you would like to download the install for. You'll see they have 1.6.4, 1.7.2, and of course the one we're doing today, 1.7.10. So from here, we're just going to go to the latest, or if you're not feeling as risky as I am all the time, you can select the 1.7.10 recommended installer -win file if you're using Windows, that is. Otherwise, you will need to go ahead and grab Universal. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this here, and let's see what we can do. AdFly, you want to be really careful in here. Using in the middle there is a bunch of advertisements. If you click on some, they will install some adware, sometimes malware, so be very careful in there. We're just going to wait for this countdown, and then it'll give us a skip ad button, and we're just going to click there, and our Forge file should start to download. Does not take very long. So once it's done, go ahead and click on it. Chrome will open the file. User account control will take over. And here it will ask you if you want to allow it to run. Go ahead, hit yes. And then we're going to get this mod system installer. This is the new way to do a lot of your new mods, so it's a lot cleaner. So we are just going to tell it to install server. If you don't have your client installed, and you're running a server, well, in order to connect to a Minecraft Forge server, obviously you have to have Forge installed on your client. So you are going to need to revisit this, but that's for later. So go ahead and tell it to install to server. We're going to change this because right now it's still pointing at our default Minecraft folder, which is roaming.minecraft. We're going to select an alternate directory. For my system, I keep everything in a specific servers folder, which lets me keep everything organized. Right now I have MCPC, which is an old version of Cauldron, and then CraftBucket, which is what I'm currently running for my main server. So for here, we're just going to call this one Forge, and we'll just leave it that one at that. Now we're just going to jump into Forge, and in here, I'm actually going to create a 1.7.10 folder. And go ahead and tell it to open. Now that's a nice clean path. So that way I know it is Forge and I know what version of Forge is in there. So once we have our location selected, go ahead and hit OK. Now what you'll get some libraries start to download and your jar files as well. This only takes a few moments, so you really just need to let this process and just kind of get comfortable, grab a drink real quick. Does not take very long. Now, once this finishes, we're going to get a nice little pop-up message. And just like that, it's done. Successfully downloaded a Minecraft server and downloaded 15 libraries and installed Forge. It's ready to go. Okay, with that out of the way, we need to start thinking about our mods. So keep this in mind. This is going to be the website we're going to use to take a look at what mods we want to use. And this is just your mod list for 1.7.10. So you can see the address here. I will also drop this in the description. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now that our server files are downloaded and ready to go, we're going to go into the folder here for Forge. And then 1.7.10. And you'll see here we have two separate files. Now Forge 1.7.10, this is the file that we want to deal with here. So we need to create a batch file to launch this. Now, since I already have several created and the basic run command for them all is pretty much the same, I'm going to actually recycle this run.batch file. I'm just going to paste it on in here. So highlight your Forge jar file, press F2 on your keyboard, and then Control C to copy, and then click off of it so you don't rename it. That would be some trouble. And then go to your run file, and we're just going to right click on it and go to edit. Now we just need to tell it in a few lines, tell Java that the max RAM that it's going to load is going to be 1024. For me, I don't really have a lot of large populations on my servers, so I can actually get away with 1024. For a lot more popular servers, you may want to adjust that accordingly. And then you want to tell it -jar, and then space, and then here is the name of the jar file you want Java to load. Here, we're just going to change this up real quick to match our Forge jar file. And then I tell it to pause. Pause is going to tell the system, when everything is done, wait for me. And then I can press any key to continue. I use that so that way I can catch errors really quickly without having to go through any log files. From there, go ahead, hit File, Save, and now your launcher is ready to go. And we're going to tell it to run, and it's going to run this jar file using Java. You see our command here, and here it goes. Now, you'll see where that pause plays in, because it's going to stop for our EULA. Give it a few seconds here. And stop. There it goes. And you'll see here, you need to agree to the EULA in order to run the server. Go to eula.txt for more info. And here's where our pause comes into play. Pause, and then press any key to continue. And from here, you can either press spacebar, enter, or, you know what, any key. All right, so let's go to our eula.txt. Go ahead, select it, right-click, go to edit, and you'll see here the EULA needs to be set from false to true. So go ahead and knock it up to true. Hit save, and exit out. Now our server's ready to go. So we're just going to run it. And it's going to start loading up, and once it's fairly well in, it'll actually launch our GUI. Some people don't like to see their GUI. I like to see it, that way I know who is on at any given time, and I can know if it's safe to restart it or not. I hate to restart on someone and they're in the middle of mining a diamond, and then they come back rather upset. So once our spawn area is done loading, it is ready to go. Should give us a little done. There it is. All right, so it is ready to go. And you'll see here, there are quite a few errors that are still showing up. That is fine. It's actually looking for specific files, and if it doesn't find them, it will actually create them. So that is perfectly normal. Let's go ahead and exit back out. All right, press the any key to continue. And here we are. We need to grab some mods for our server. So let's go back on over to our mod list, and let's take a look at some of these mods that we have available. And we're just going to select one or two and go ahead and install them. Let's see, one or two that I have used before. I have used Bibliocraft, Biomes of Plenty. Let's just say I do like them, but at the same time, I haven't used them in a while. So, and you'll see here as well, there are some client-side mods, Forge required mods, and then they have some that require, this is going to be another requirement that it's going to take in order to run. So, just to be efficient here, let's go ahead and we're going to select forestry. And you see it comes up with these different jar files. And what we want to do is go here to the latest stable build. and download this jar file. All right. Next thing we want to do, we're going to select one more. And here we will select Journey Map. Actually, I've not used this one, but I figure it would be nice to take a look and see what's going on here. All right. That's fairly nice. Okay. So here we can actually go and let's download this one. All right. We're just going to go with the unlimited version. Jar file once again, go ahead and tell it okay. All right, now if you're in Chrome like I am, just go over to your Forge folder, go to your mods folder, and in Chrome you can do a nice little trick here. You can just drag and drop it from your browser straight to your mods folder. And it's going to make you a copy. Do it again for our other file. Now let's go to 1710. Now if you don't have Chrome, you will have to go to your downloads folder. Firefox, I'm not sure, since Firefox is very similar to Chrome these days. And now we're just going to rerun our batch file. It's going to go through, it's going to start to load up all of our mods, and it's going to throw an error if it can't do it. It's going to tell you really quickly. And you see right here, this crash report, and you see this is not so good. This looks like it's a mod that's giving us a bit of trouble. So you can actually scroll through all this and see what's going on. And you see right here, card exception from Journey Map. So we could take a look and see what Journey Map is doing, but if you are familiar with Minecraft mods, for one, there are several others that can actually replace it. So what we're going to do is go ahead, exit out of there, go back here to our listing, and just make sure that Journey mod did not require any other modifications, which it didn't. So what we can do is just go to our mods folder, select it, and delete it. So now that that's over and done with, go back to your folder. Once again, run your batch file, and let's see if it does the same thing. Now keep in mind, this time, we are not running Journey Maps, so oh, let's see here. It looks like this time it is an exception in forestry. So these are, like I mentioned, some things you want to watch out for. Different things can happen. Now, those, like I mentioned, I have seen before. Now, my personal favorite to use is actually Industrial Craft, which is usually the only reason that I will load up Minecraft Forge. So let's go down to Industrial Craft. And we are actually going to download this one instead. Let's go ahead and keep that. All right. So, oh, I didn't mean to close that all the way out. Okay, so let's go here, grab our industrial craft, drop it on in here, go back to run. All right, and here, usually IC2 is pretty clean. It's going to start to inject all of its items from the mod. And there you go. That is a successful run with mods. This time IC2. So usually if you get that successful run, you know everything's nice and smooth going. So you probably want to go back and take a look at forestry and whatever mod that was giving you some trouble and try to either grab the error log that occurred and take that back to the mod creator and just let them know what happened. And definitely be polite to them because let's be honest, mod creators, they dedicate a lot of their life to this. I can't do it myself. I don't have patience. But they do, and it's not the easiest stuff to code. So, but that is the gist of creating a Minecraft Forge server. It's actually really easy, and it's all about just running the proper file in the proper location, accepting the EULA, and then selecting the appropriate mods for your game style that you want to go through. So hopefully if you were following along, this has been of some use to you. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to comment, definitely leave me a comment below. If I said something wrong, said something stupid, definitely let me know. And if you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe, follow along. If you want to see new videos, definitely let me know. I'll try to get them recorded as quickly as possible for you. And this has been your boy Jatois. Hope to catch you later, guys and gals. I'm out of here. Peace.